So now that you've defined a target audience for your profile, we're going to teach you how to catch their attention with your profile. The first thing you want to do is give them a reason to read your profile. You know, bold words, compelling images, compelling articles. Those should be things that will capture their attention. And then the second thing is you want them to feel comfortable with you in a way to bond with you. So if you're targeting, maybe college kids or high school kids, you may have like this vivid profile that's exciting to youth. But if you're targeting people that are a little older and they are looking for, a respected minister who can be a mentor and a coach and assist, help them out, then your profile probably doesn't want to be very vivid for you, the youth. So you want them to feel like I can bond with this person. If you're really saying, man, my group of audience is neutral to both parties, then you probably want to keep your profile more neutral so that you can attract both audiences, but maybe include different aspects in your profile that can meet both. But what is really helpful when you have a limited time is to really get one audience down right. If you can get one audience down right and really focus hard on that audience and see if you get results, you will get more attention than if you try to become everything to everybody, and that becomes really hard. So one thing to realize as you're trying to capture people's attention, you have 10 seconds to make an impression in that person for them to stay. Because the probability of them leaving is super high the more time passes. So if you get down and down, their odds of them leaving are really high. So you probably have 10 seconds or less. Usually people say you got 3 seconds. So say you have a video that takes 2 minutes, boom, they're out, right? They're not going to sit and watch that video. So they're looking for, when they look at your profile, they're looking for information regarding what brought them in. So if an article on addiction brought them in, they're looking for information about addiction. If an article you wrote about, how to build a strong relationship with Jesus Christ, they're looking for someone that can help them build a strong relationship for Jesus Christ. They're not looking for someone to entertain them with music at that moment. The other thing to notice is most people, they will never scroll past the page they see. So your picture, your bio, the first article has everything to make them want to stay. If the information they see in the article has nothing to do with your profile and they can't see a resemblance, or that your profile is not talking about Jesus Christ, which they were looking for, then you're probably going to be, have a high rate of people just bouncing and not wanting to learn more about what you were trying to teach them with your article, your comment. So these two are important, right? The first, your picture, your bio, your first article, those are critical to get people for you to capture their attention. Now, most of you will probably stay on Facebook, but one thing you'll realize is you'll have to create different cover images and profile pictures for each of the different social networks that you participate in, because they're all different and they have different image requirements for your cover photo and your profile photo. So make sure you have those correct so that your image can look really nice. The other thing I do use too is I use Canva, but there are a lot of different other softwares that can allow you to create amazing profile images. And you can see some in the background, but they give you different templates that you could add, and then you could add your own text, and you could add you could change images in the background for what you have. I would highly suggest using one of these. Canva has a free version, which has some good images, and you can manipulate the images. But I would suggest using these because they'll give you some great ideas of how to make your profile look, your background image look really sharp. And I change them around. Again, you're targeting different personas, change those around and see if that is getting you traction, because this is kind of like your billboard. that's going to really state, wow, talk to me. So some key things that also will help. So let me give you some direction here to help you stand out. Number one, have a profile theme. So instead of being everything to everybody, really highly suggest a theme that like brings it all together, right? My suggestion is Christ is always the key. As people are looking for that, focus on the Savior Jesus Christ, because as you should talk about all your content, the Savior should be everything that you need to focus on, and that's going to attract them. Second thing, add text to your profile background. So you'll have an image, and if you can add text, because when they see that image, it'll stand out. And if it's a picture of the Savior, and then you can see text on it, that will call their attention. They're looking for those words, and that phrase you use on your background image will be very powerful. The third thing is make it stand out. Look at people with similar roles. So like look at the different churches and the ministers in your local area. What did they show? And then look at that, evaluate, and what is going to make yours stand out above theirs. And always try to push it a little bit more so that people will remember you versus theirs. So that's a great way. Try to figure out how to do that. Promote your service. Add pictures. Add things of the service that you're promoting. Let that stand out. And make sure that it aligns with the message you're talking to. So whatever you're going to talk to about your comments, about your posts, about the live videos you make, that service should be found on your profile. It should be up and center so people know what to do when they come to your profile. And then the last one is make an emotional connection. Let them have this connection with you. They feel like, man, I've known this person for a long time. Like I want to be their friend. I feel like I could connect to them. And if you can have that emotional connection with them, that will let them really want to reach out and say, I love your message. I love what you have to offer. And I think you're a great, I think we align or matched where I want to keep this connection open and I'd love to get to know you. So those are 5 different things that will help your profile stand out as you're creating it. But make sure you use your background image, try to get some words in there, have a theme, make sure you have the best profile compared to everybody else in your local church denominations. Promote the service that your church has, like locally. Promote your local capabilities, not something that you can't offer. And then make that emotional connection strong. Questions leading that I like, questions you should ask yourself as you create your profile, because I see a lot of different people create the profile about themselves and not about Jesus Christ. And when people are looking for digital missionary and to get to know one, they're looking to build a relationship with Christ. So some things to think about, like these are good questions, they're deep questions, but they will help you focus. And when people say, oh, I have many audiences, I want to keep it like generalized. Well, if you're going to do that, focus on the Savior Jesus Christ, not on yourself, not on what you look like. Focus on him. And as you do that, people will love it. So first question ask yourself is, when I look at your profile and who you are, can I tell that you've been spiritually born again? Born of God? That you've had a conversion? Can I tell that in yours? Can I feel like you really love the Savior Jesus Christ, and that you're here to follow him, and that you really care about him? That becomes important, because if I don't see a picture of the Savior in your profile, if I don't feel like I can see that you've gone through this spiritual rebirth through following him, that might throw me off a little bit, because you're talking about yourself and not about the Savior. Second, have you experienced this mighty change in your hearts? So this is a really good one. Tell me the experiences you've shared. How did you come to become like you are now? Do you have your testimony? Do you have your spiritual experiences shared on there? That really interests me. because hopefully I can relate to them and I could use them to guide me in my rebirth with the Savior Jesus Christ. Do you exercise faith in redemption of Him who created you? Is your profile about you, or is it about the Savior? And you have faith in the Savior Jesus Christ. Can I see that in your profile? Can you look up to God with a pure heart and clean hands? Is your profile pure and clean? Does it feel like you're directed all towards Him and that you are His servant? And last one is, has the image of God been engraved upon your countenances? Are you a minister of Christ? And can I see that through your profile? And can I see that you're here to serve me and my community? Those are like good questions to ask, because if someone, and most people that really want to follow Christ, they want someone that can help them follow, and they're looking for a spiritual mentor. And your profile should showcase that you do love the Savior. You've had that mighty change of heart. You believe in Him, you exercise Him, and that you represent Him. You don't represent a church. You don't represent you. You don't represent your songs. You're not trying to build your audience. You're trying to draw people closer to Christ. And with that said, we will go on to our next session, which is, now that they have had 3 to 10 seconds to capture their attention, they know you're a representative of Jesus Christ. How do you maintain their attention?